time when it came in here at Unique, especially in classics. I've been looking forward to do the pictures and video on this car. I think it's just because of the look that this car has, and you can tell it's a quality build. This is cool. Let's go around this one. Started out as a 56,000 mile car. So original 56,000 mile car. They did a frame off restoration with it. It's Ford steel, original grille, original bumper, obviously been re-chromed, but take a look at the bright work of chrome, headlight surrounds. A very nice looking front end. Now, as far as this paint on it is a PPG Emerald Mist. Power plant is a ZZ4, 355 horsepower V8 underneath the hood. That's paired up with a automatic transmission, turbo hydromatic, 350 to be exact. Now, if you want to check out the still pictures, take a peek at the underside, the interior, the engine bay. Maybe you want to look at some of the things we're talking about as we do this video. UniqueClassicCars.com. So we're going to check out the still pictures. So UniqueClassicCars.com. If you want to call and inquire about this vehicle, 507-386-1726. These are Vintique wheels with the beauty rings and center caps. You can tell they wanted to keep a very original look to this car, but yet it's got a better stance. It's got better quality components, obviously, the interior, the underside, and we'll try to hit on some of these as we go around the car. As far as kind of a list, I have in the still pictures a list of the equipment and how this car is equipped, what was used in the build of it. For example, it is Mercedes wool carpeting that is in this car. That will be on the list. But just look at the quality of this interior. Look how real that wood grain looks, and yet how original it looks. That is the original steering wheel, steering column. It's a low car shifter, but painted to match. Look at the quality of the fabric that they used. Leather seats, door panels, vintage air trunk unit. Controls are underneath the dash, and I'll get into that when we get around to the driver's side and get through some more of the stuff on this car. Before we do that, I want you to remember, we do consider trades. Financing is available, and of course we can assist with transportation. I don't know if you noticed this, but just look at how nicely everything fits to the gap above that trunk lid. Chrome on the rear looks good. Now it does have power brakes, disc brakes up front. Let's see, as far as the rear end, it's a Curry rear end and third member. When we get up underneath the hood, I did mention that ZZ4 already, and it does have jet-coated headers, Flowmasters, if you look at the underside. Saginaw 525 steering box. And again, there'll be a list with kind of what I'm telling you and some more in with the still pictures. So if you want to take your time looking through that. And once again, you can see how nice this paint looks down the driver's side and the bright work on it also. Just take a look at the bright work, how straight it is. Not full of nicks, dings, or scratches. I believe in the notes there's a secret radio in the trunk also. There is a battery disconnect that is over underneath the passenger side, kind of right underneath that seat down there on the bottom of the seat on the floor. There's a battery disconnect. And again, just kept to look very original, only better. It's a cool car. All right. As far as some of the things I was talking about, AC controls right under here. Headlight controls right here. Want to start it up? Key is here. VDO gauges and incorporated into the old dash. Check that out. And this car sounds good too. This one will not disappoint, folks. Headliner looks good. Oh, that door closes. And listen how good that sounds. And remember, we have an open door policy for third-party inspectors. You want somebody to come take a peek at this car for you? Can't make it due to time or distance? Not a problem. Try to represent them as fairly as we can with the walk-around video like this, all the still pictures, and of course at the end of this you're going to see a driving video, so you're going to get a feel for what it's like to take a little trip down the road in this car. How's that sound? But first, let's check out this engine bay. Alright, here's the hood open, and I'm not going to be able to do this engine bay justice, I don't think, with this camera. First of all, nice prop rod for holding that hood open. Second of all, if you could see the frame, and maybe you can down in there, it's like it's been powder coated, and it is finished off just beautifully underneath there. Look how nice and clean, tidy this engine bay is. Electric fan up front, little shroud, Edelbrock 4-barrel. There's those jet-coated headers. And remember, 355 horse, DZ4. This car will move. HEI ignition. Of course, the vintage AC compressor up here, and it does have the power brakes. Of course, the boosters down below, disc up front. That's sagging off. 525 steering box. Wow, what a beauty. And all in PPG Emerald Mist paint. This one's a head turner, folks. 507-386-1726, uniqueclassiccars.com. We do consider trades. Financing is available. And of course, we can assist with transportation.
Hey, did you know that this car qualifies for an extended warranty? It's just like the one you get at your new car dealership, except it covers your classic car instead. It covers all the major components like engine, transmission, drivetrain, and you can get coverage up to 10 years. Repairs aren't cheap. These extended warranties are a no-brainer. Contact us for a quote on this car today.
Here we have a 1939 Ford Deluxe in very nice condition. We have the tilting windshield to let fresh air in. I'll close that up so we don't get wind noise. This is an automatic on the floor. The shift knob right up here at handy height. The ignition is under the dash on this car. That all works very well. Beautiful gauges that match the car. Painted dash and door tops that look like wood. Our oil pressure is showing 60 pounds. Fuel is over half. Volts are at 14. And the temperature is about 190. Speedometer working beautifully. Windshield wipers do make a noise like they would work. The wiper blade is in the glove box. A little bit of play in the steering wheel, to be expected with an older model like this. It doesn't affect driving much at all. The brakes are working well. In an automatic, this is really easy to drive. Very well finished. I see we have a imitation ladybug coming along for the ride. That's not a windshield flaw. Very nice upholstery on the inside. Paint's nice. If I let go of the wheel, she stays pretty straight in the lane. Maybe a slight tip to the right. It is a little windy today though, and it's blowing that direction. Beautiful carpet. I hear that rumble, but it's not too loud. I don't really even have wind noise, which is kind of amazing. One of the best body styles, I think, come out of Ford in the early years. The front end of this car is very iconic. Check out all the pictures and read about this car at uniqueclassiccars.com.